Well, you see, I'm starting up my own galactic empire with Danny as my inspiration. I think he's a fantastic bloke. I'd really like to have a chat with him.
I want him to know when he'll be going on his first royal walkabout, if he's going to be coming round different towns in the UK to meet his citizens.
I want to ask him a very profound philosophical existential question about his new nation. He will be very impressed.
With reference to defence policy and the possibility of training badgers to usher the discipline within the community.
Will you have any reciprocal amateur radio licensing agreements with the United Kingdom? If I was to visit your country, would I be able to use my amateur radio equipment?
It's about his country name. I reckon the country should be called Spectac, because it's as in spectacles in the name, and then the citizens can be called spectaculars.
I know it took us about 1,000 years of British history to move from the king who took all the decisions to people being able to take their own decision through an elected parliament.
Well, 1,000 years is a long time in politics.
Welcome to the 5th official state broadcast live from the biggest little country in the world. My name's King Danny. Hello. And in this is a time of incredible change in our country. Over the past 5 weeks, we've grown from a country largely made up of me and my mate John Bond to a country of more than 32,000. Bigger than the Vatican, bigger than San Marino, and by the end of tonight's show, perhaps bigger even than Monaco. And this is honestly true. This is absolutely serious. We are now about 39 less than Monaco. 39. Please, if you haven't signed up, sign up. It will be marvellous if we can beat Monaco tonight. Tonight, I aim to reward one of you for all the effort you've been putting in by creating the country's first ever millionaire. We'll be finding out exactly who my citizens are, thanks to our recent national census, and I'll be revealing my plans for finally naming our nation. It's going to be a big night. We've even got a guest. Hey! And I'm not going to tell you who he is for a moment or two. So call me on 08700 10 10 80. Email me on citizentv@citizensrequired.com or go to the website at citizensrequired.com. It's been fully updated this evening as of 6 o'clock. There's loads of new stuff, loads of lovely pictures. You can see now if we're going to beat... Oh, I really am tempted. I know I shouldn't, but I want to see whether we are about to beat Monaco. China, they've still got like 1.2 billion. Monaco, 32,409. We've got 32,393. We're only about 14 away. Please. Now listen, what do you think of my new currency? Can the Interdependent Occupational Unit, or the IOU, really work? Or should I do as Robert Mundell suggested and stick with the pound? Let me know. And now it's time for the news. New jingle. If you were watching Citizen TV last week, you will have heard me say I had a huge announcement to make. Well, that announcement was made the following morning on the website. I've invited citizens to London for our first mass gathering this Friday night. Now, special invitations went out to the first citizens to apply. If you received one in the post this morning, well done. I will see you on Friday night when together we will make history. Embassies continue to be set up as hundreds of you declare parts of your homes part of the country. But this week, the idea of putting a flag up in a room in your house took a unique step forward with the first ever Citizen bog roll cover, developed by someone called Citizen Designation. A small smattering of applause, please, for the first prop that we've ever used. Now, you may think that this is an exclusive item available only to those in power in our country, but you would be wrong. You'll be able to download the knitting pattern from next week and create your own little embassy in your own little throne room. And not only that, we've got mittens! Special national mittens. Please do get knitting. And talking of downloads, you'll be pleased to hear that due to popular demand, the national anthem is finally available as a ringtone. One man clapping. Brilliant. This is, you're right to be excited. You are right to be excited. Now the spirit of our nation can follow you around all day as you annoy friends and strangers alike with the catchiest national anthem and ringtone in the world. Just text the word anthem to 88822. That's anthem to 88822. Text will cost no more than 12 pence. I'm not sure what that is in IUs. We'll work that out by the end. And finally, 5 weeks into our broadcasting, Prime Minister of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, Tony Blair, you may have heard of him, still has not rung the special phone line for which he and only he has the number. Tony, my friend, you've got 1 week left. I'm about to name the country. There's no turning back. If you're going to ring me, ring me. And that was the news. Now, I'll be going to your call. You like the transition there from really serious to not so much? I'll be going to your calls in just a minute, but first, as I said, we've got a guest with important sociological news. I bring you my Minister for Foreign Affairs. It's Rich! How are you?
Hello, Danny.
Nice to see you. How are you enjoying being Minister for Foreign Affairs?
I'd like it very much.
Yeah, what have you kind of been up to? What have you been doing?
Stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What kind of specifically?
I put up a pull-up bar in my bedroom.
Right. How about for the country? Anything for
that's part of your country.
Is it? What
yes.
Is it? Some kind of fitness regime?
Yes, it's probably your first pull-up bar.
Great. I'm sensing it's not really going to help the country very much, so I'll move on with news of the national census. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we commissioned a census on the website. You've been busy filling in all the answers to the questions. We've been working out exactly who you are. So, Rich, who are they?
Well, the main thing you believe that makes a great country great is its citizens, followed closely by a fantastic flag and a catchy national anthem.
Brilliant, and we've got both those things, so that's marvellous.
Tremendous. 44% of you are university educated, with 11% describing yourselves as boffins.
They describe themselves, but we are 11% pure boffin. That's fantastic.
Fantastic. And 68% of you are male, 29% of you are female, and 1% say that you are other.
They're other. Okay, so some very confused citizens, it seems.
Yes,
not too bad.
Yes. And you also say you mostly like your tea white with 1 sugar.
Okay.
Very nice. And you're going to like this. 87% of you say that Danny is a better king than Henry VIII, Richard III, and George IV.
Hooray! Is that collectively or is that individually?
I believe that's all together.
I'm better than all put together.
All together.
Oh, things are going well for me. This is fantastic. Thank you very much, Rich. Listen, I touched upon the fact that really you haven't been up to that much in your post as Minister for Foreign Affairs.
Yeah.
There is a fella, I don't know if you've seen much of Citizen TV, you've probably been too busy doing pull-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a fella who is after your job.
Is there?
A fella called Kieran. He's made a fantastic go. I'll move on. I don't want to scare you too much, but this may come back to haunt you in the next few minutes. Now, I'm going to take a call. I believe I've got Simon on the line. Simon, are you there?
Hi there, King Danny.
Hello, nice.
Hi, yeah, I'm, if you haven't already heard, the Senior Secretary to the Chancellor of the Exchequer in your country.
Oh, in my country, for a minute there. I really thought we got I thought we were going to have international relations straight away. Are you really? I hadn't heard that.
Yes, indeed, yes.
Who bestowed that post upon you?
I think I've come up with a novel plan that will actually remove the need for having a national debt and actually make it even better for your country long term.
All right, Simon, what's that?
What I think you should do is print enough money, lend it to the UK to solve their national debt problems and let them pay you the £20 billion interest. That means that if you take 10% off the top, just in case you need a bit on the side...
10%, yeah.
You've got
for pastries and stuff.
For every single one of your residents of your country.
So we'll all be rich!
That's it.
Simon! Hey, this is not a bad idea. All I've got to do is convince the British government, who, by the way, still haven't phoned me, as I've said, that they should do that. Do you think they're up for it?
Well, they might be. I mean, you might have to think about a bit of an extra mortgage on your flat, but we'll think about that later.
Hey, my mortgage is now technically international debt. It can be as big as we like. It's no problem.
Yeah,
hey, listen, do you have any ideas for names?
For names of the currency or names of the country?
The country.
The country? Oh, I'd go with Flatland.
You like Flatland as well? There's been a real groundswell behind Flatland. Well, thank you very much, Simon.
All right, thanks very much, King Danny.
Cheers. We've got Chris, I think.
Good evening, King Danny.
Hello, Chris. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. I've got an idea to raise some money for the country.
You as well, brilliant.
It's not too bad. It came about before the show started.
Ooh.
That some people said that I looked a bit like you.
Oh,
and this has sort of gained momentum over the weeks that the show's been on. I've now got 10 independent people who say a little bit alike.
10 independent people?
10 independent people.
Okay, yeah, go on.
That's the important one.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, first of all, in